I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my click. I need a 30 for 30. Happy to have all my brothers with me again for another segment of Ray's Take. Some big news has gone down in the sports world, and we got the pulse of Cowboys Nation right here, Ray Cesar Leo, with his take for y'all. So make sure y'all listen up. Ray, what you got for him today?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. As we all know, Dak got his money. They paid the man. So if you're Dak Prescott or like a fan of Dak Prescott, as I am, man, it's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good career for Dak. If he does nothing else, this is a phenomenal career. And I don't care what you say about his numbers. The guy's walking away with $126 million guaranteed. They can't take it away from him. They can't trade him. They can no longer franchise tag him. All of that is shut down. So kudos to that young man. And the part that I like the most, that he beat Jerry Jones at his own game. I come on here all the time and tell y'all how I think Jerry Jones like the master negotiator, right? Like he gets into a boardroom or a meeting room, and when the contract is on the line, he's going to win every time. Not this time. So whether you want to credit Dak or Dak's agent, whoever, Dak Prescott won the day because he was able to play chicken or whatever you want to call it with Jerry Jones and just say, I believe that at the end of the day, when our cars get like right here, you're going to run off before I do. And he did, man. And so we're talking about a record $66 million signing bonus. Think about that. I'm laughing because like Dak hasn't done $66 million worth of work, not in signing bonus. Okay, 126 guaranteed. Do y'all understand that this man is making a little bit less than Patrick Mahomes? Like, let that hit you for a minute. That Dak Prescott, who has won as many playoff games, finagled the game, the system, for $160 million by the time this is over.
That's on Jerry, man.
That's on Jerry. But what did I tell y'all though? I told y'all a while back. I said, when it comes to Jerry and his emotions, sometimes that can be like his own worst enemy. Because I think with Jerry, what happened was Jerry waited too long. Just 2 years ago, it was $33 million that they were offering Dak. And not saying he would have accepted that, but that probably means you could have got him in like 35. Well, you say, Ray, well, 35 million here and 42 million here, 40 million here is not that big of a difference. Oh, it is. Over the lifetime of a contract, that's a huge difference when you're talking about not for Dak, but when you're talking about trying to sign up other guys. Here's the one thing that I think Jerry did that was smart. The salary cap, right? For people who don't understand the salary cap, that's dead money. So I want you to look at it like this. Had the Cowboys signed Dak to a franchise tag this year, it would have been $37 million, right? So that's 37 against the cap, like right off top, which means if you were to cut Dak at any point, that's 37 million that you have lost, right? It's 22 million that you would have lost. But now that he has signed Dak, now you're 22 million to the good. So you have saved yourself, in a sense, $15 million. What does that do for you? You now have a $15 million window that you can go out and sign some league minimum guys. You're not going to go out and get game changers, but you can get you some league minimum guys. And you can also start to look at it to say, if I need to cut guys, there are guys on my roster that I can cut that will be a much lower salary cap hit than it would be to have Dak Prescott on a 1-year thing. So if I'm Jerry Jones or if I'm in his camp and I want to make him feel good about the deal, you were able to kind of save yourself some money long term when it comes to you building around Dak Prescott. Other than that, Dak Prescott is with. Can y'all imagine hanging out with Dak Prescott right now? He already had money. Don't get me wrong. Like, the guy had money. Even on a 1-year deal, he has life-changing money when it comes to, everyday men and women in our country. But can you imagine hanging out with this guy right now? The moment he signs the contract, $66 million hits his account. And they can't recoup it unless Dak does something like murder somebody. Right. Those are the only times you can come back and like recoup money from guaranteed money. Other than that, Dak Prescott has $66 million today. Okay? And the rest of it, the 126 is guaranteed. Dak just needs to stay alive. It's a good day to be Dak Prescott or anybody who Dak Prescott cares about. That's why my name on the show today is no longer Ray Coleman. It is Dak's number one fan.
Well, let me ask you this. So, okay,
Yeah.
they said, I think I saw what they said the first 3 years he gonna average 42 mil, right?
Yep.
Okay. So here's my question. The deal is 4 years, 160 million.
Yep.
Why it takes so long to get to that number, in your opinion? Like, because we talking about it's just 40 million. It's just 3 million more than what his tag was gonna be.
Correct.
How it take this long to get there? Or do y'all just love the drama and the
it's egos? You got to remember, for us, like for you, it's very simple. For me, it's very simple. It's like you're saying, it's just 3 million. It's 3 million tacked on every year. And in that grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. But when you're talking about egos, I just told you Jerry Jones does not want to lose in a negotiation. It's hard. It's hard to relinquish that. It's why they didn't get the deal done years ago when he could have saved himself tens of millions of dollars. Think about that, man. He could have saved himself tens of millions of dollars.
Plenty of money.
That could have gone now to rebuilding this team as offensive linemen get a little older. Your defense is struggling. Those 10 millions of dollars could help right now. But what happens is you don't have that option now because you backed yourself into a corner. Dak Prescott bet on himself. So give that guy credit. 28 years old. He said, I'll keep playing on 1-year deals until you get to the point where you have to pay me like $50 million. And then I'll walk and just, test the waters. I'm thankful it didn't have to get to that. But man, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, Dak Prescott won the day. He went from life-changing money to lives-changing money for generations to come, to whatever that looks like in Prescott's life. People who depend on him maybe financially, secure for a very long time because he's a smart guy. He's got smart people around him. He's going to be fine, man. And he's the face of the Dallas Cowboys. So what you see in that money and 160 million, you can add another 160 million over the life of that contract from endorsements.
Yeah. The bad he just hit on the endorsements. Yeah.
He's already a top-notch, endorsement guy when it comes to NFL players anyway.
Yeah.
This guy's money is going to take him to another stratosphere. For a guy that came from small town Louisiana to now be in a place where Dak can make anything happen that he wants to financially, it's incredible. It's incredible. It really is. And like I said, kudos to him. I'm glad that he's still the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys because I do see things in Dak that sometimes are not measurable. Last week I came over here and I did say that Russell Wilson, is a better quarterback than Dak today. But that's not me thinking 3 years down the road. I was just saying, if you're talking about in that moment today, right, Russell's better than Dak. But man, 3-4 years from now, I think you do see it go like this, right? You see Dak on the rise and Russ on the decline. And so for what it's worth, this is a good move long-term for Dak and the Cowboys. It's a bad move. If you got to look at it in a different way, if you flip the coin, it's a bad move because you just put so much money into the most important position, but now you're handcuffed. You got to win with the guys you got right now. You just have to. There's no way around it unless you can have the Tom Brady effect and get guys to be willing to come in for league minimum, a bunch of times. You gotta roll with the guys you got in the locker room right now. And we'll see what that looks like. But I am excited to see that there's finally some stability at the quarterback position with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. How shocked are you that a deal got done?
I am shocked, man. I thought it was going to be, another franchise tag because Dak is coming off of an injury, a horrific injury. No matter how much he has progressed and the work ethic that we all know that he has, we still saw that man's foot facing the other direction. And so for somebody to invest in something like that, I just didn't see it happening this year. If you made him work for it when he was healthy and improving as a player every year, then my take would be, okay, well, he's definitely have to prove it coming off of an injury of that stature. But at the end of the day, I guess that franchise tag and the notion of Dak maybe being able to walk away the next year was enough to make Jerry pull the trigger. Now, when they have their press conference, you'll see it, man. It's all smiling and, arms around each other. We had this thing figured out the entire time, right? And Jerry said, we never wanted anybody different. Dak's our quarterback. Dak's always going to be our quarterback. And, You know, we always wanted to make sure that, you know, Dak was going to be a staple, you know,
All
the
right.
Dallas Cowboys.
All right over
right?
there.
So I get it. I get it. I do. I get it. That's the game that's played, because at the end of the day, once it's over, everybody's got to come back to the table and be like this. Oh, but please believe the reason it stayed stretched out so long is because there was some hurt feelings, man, on both sides. There was some hurt feelings. Dak has felt like he has proven himself, coming from a fourth rounder to proving that he can be an elite quarterback. I just didn't think that he had enough juice between himself, his agent, and whoever else was in the room to make Jerry Jones believe that I should pay you a notch under. I thought that for the first time, the NFL would take a look at Dak and his situation and say, well, we got to stop this next man up stuff, right? For the next quarterback up, you get a big contract because you're just the next quarterback up. I thought it would stop here because we would finally be able to say, hey, man, the numbers just don't line up. You're not a top 5 quarterback, blah, 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 blah. Hey, today it's still proven that if you're the next quarterback, you're going to get paid, and you're going to get paid top-notch dollar. So there it is.
All right, so we're going to put you on, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
NFC East champs today, right now. Put it on something.
Next year? Like that just coming?
This,
oh my
this
goodness.
coming up year, right here. You got your quarterback in place. They say that's the piece you got to put in place.
That's the piece you have to have. Is Tom Brady still going to be alive?
I'm just talking about NFC East now. I'm talking about the East. I'm just talking about the East.
Oh, yeah. Oh, in the East, yes, sir.
East.
No, on the East, I'm okay. But when you pay somebody that kind of money, I need more than the NFC East, man. I need the NFC. I need the Dallas Cowboys to be representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. With that kind of money, you have to be, all right, seriously, legitimately, because you know how I say, everybody's out here fighting for Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, right? Guys that can consistently get you to the playoffs and get you championship runs, okay? That's what Dak has to do now. In all seriousness, Dak has to, year in and year out, win the division, and if you don't, that division better be so nice that year that you happen to be, you know, in a 10-win, 11-win wild card team. They don't pay you $40 million, $42 million a year to finish second and third in the division every year.
Does the leg get a pass for year one?
No. Dak would not want you to defer his payments, right? That's the whole point of us talking about franchise tagging versus full contracts. Franchise tags are a deferment. If you look at it financially, a franchise tag is a deferment. So Dak would say to you, no, I want my money now. So Jerry Jones has a right to say, well, I want my wins now.
Right.
This is a big time investment. I hope everybody understands where they are, man, because this is the type of money that can make or break a franchise. That's the reality. You put that kind of money in a quarterback's hands, you give it to Patrick Mahomes, you know now that every year Patrick Mahomes is going to have the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC run, right? You know that. You give that kind of money to Aaron Rodgers, my brother may, feel differently about it, but there's a chance that every year the Green Bay Packers are going to be in the Super Bowl talk, right? Tom Brady, we already know. Even somebody like Big Ben Roethlisberger, right? You know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be in a playoff hunt every year. Right. That's what this kind of money tells you have to do. You cannot have an 8-8 year and say, oh, we just didn't get it done. Oh, no. Because if you screw it up, they won't send you home because, like I said, your salary cap hit is too hard to cut. But they'll send guys like Amari Cooper home, or they'll send guys like DeMarcus Lawrence home. You see what I'm saying? The good news is this. When you talk about key guys under contract for the Cowboys, now that you got Dak, they have weaponry around them now. You got Zeke through 2026. He's not the same Zeke, but he's there. You got Coop through 2024. You got Blake Jarwin through 2023, our standout tight end. And then you have CeeDee Lamb through 2023. So for the next 2 to 3 years, you have that window. And Joe and I were talking about this before the show started. You got a 2 or 3 year window to get it done. Because if you don't, that's why year 4 is set up the way it is, to where his salary drops down to 34, because his salary cap number will drop down as well at that point. That's when you can start talking about possibly cutting somebody. You got to do it. You got 2 to 3 years to do it. Most GMs and owners will tell you that anyway. When you get a team built, 3 to 4 year window. Ours just happened to be 2 to 3 if you look by those numbers. You got 2 to 3 years to forget making playoffs. This is championship money. So you got to make a run now or you blow it up and you start all over. I'm used to the blowing up part. I'm used to the mediocrity. All right. I've been a Cowboys fan since 89, man. So I'm used to the highs. I'm used to the lows. And most importantly, most consistently, I'm used to the mediocrity. Right. I'm sick of that. Make a splash, make a run. And if it doesn't work, blow the whole thing up and do it again.
Well, there it is, America. Y'all got to hear from the pulse of Cowboys Nation. That's his take today. He feels like Dak beat Jerry at his own game. From what I'm hearing, brother, it's a good day to be a Cowboy overall. I know it's a good day to be Dak. It's a good day to be a Cowboy overall, huh?
Man, you know, it's amazing because when I remember how me and Dak came up together, man, I said, man, one day we was gonna be here. Dak, if you listening, man, you know, just remember those real guys, man, that always said you make it, man. So
right.
It's a good day, man.
You gave him some real, you gave him some good press when he was at Mississippi State.
I did. Listen, Dak, I've been saying from day one.
It being 100.
Just if we're being honest about it, I wasn't even gonna mention that, but I covered Dak in college when he was in college, and I put him on TV every week. And not that it was like hard. That's what you're gonna do. The best college football player in America, you're gonna put him on TV every week. But I was there. I was always fair.
Right.
Go ahead. If there was ever a time to show love back,
you was Howard Cosell.
Man, this man got 160 million reasons why he could throw me $1 or two.
When Skip Bayless came at him for the mental health, we rolled for him.
We rolled for him. We said that's a big step to take. Hey, when he went down with the foot injury, what did I say when he went down? I said this more than anything is going to prove Dak's worth.
I think your wife almost shed a tear or something up in there. I think
my wife shed a tear, and I said in this moment, Dak doesn't realize it, but his value is going to be shown, and this is actually going to help him when contract time comes up.
Right.
Dak, I said it then. If you don't believe it, somebody get this to Dak and tell him to go back and look at the clip when he got hurt.
It's on the tape.
It's on there. Go back and look at it and find out who was down with you the whole time. You want to know who?
That guy right there, Dak.
That guy right there, man. Come on.
That guy right there.
Come on, Dak.
Hey, we appreciate y'all, America. Make sure you Cowboys Nation. Y'all go over to Facebook if you're watching this on YouTube. Go over to Instagram if you're watching this on YouTube.
Let me get one of those mattresses, Dak.
No doubt. Sleep number.
Wherever y'all watching it at, we want y'all to chime in, Cowboys Nation. We want to know how y'all feel about Dak being signed. And that's Ray's take for the day.
Lifetime of Doritos or something.
Sleep number.
My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com, and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.